What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about getting older. Really sort of a byproduct of getting older, but it's a magical time that happens to a lot of Americans. Retirement. Retirements come in all shapes and forms. You got your normal everyday retirement, you know, you're 65, you spent 40 years working, you've saved, you planned, and now you retire. You got your medical retirement, your forced retirement, your partial retirement, on and on the list goes. When this time of your life comes, it's normally a welcome big step. Most of the time when people are looking to relocate for retirement, they look to do it in places that are a little easier on the bank account. Now, if you were a little lucky and a lot of smart, price doesn't matter. You've saved, you've invested properly, and you can spend your golden years wherever the hell you want. But most Americans that do retire tighten their belts and try and relax. The three main things people look for when relocating for retirement is cost of living, amenities, and healthcare. The other main thing is they look to be close to relatives, but there's no real way of, ranking that, so we'll just leave that one alone. This list is about those cities that are attractive to newly and soon to be retired people. Whatever your retirement situation is, I'm sure at least one of these cities would work for you. So sit back and watch my top 10 best cities for retirement in the United States. Number 10, Provo, Utah. Provo is a mountain town next to Utah Lake. Provo is an extremely safe city with a crime rate about half the US average. Provo is rated to be among the top retirement cities in the country. The city is a very religious city, and if that's important to you, then this is a great place. The Utah Valley Regional Medical Center is the main hospital in the city. While there are many other options in the surrounding areas, that's the main one. Like most of Utah, Provo has a heavy Mormon influence. If that's not your thing, maybe this isn't the place for you. But if it is your thing, or it really doesn't matter, you could do a lot worse than Provo, Utah. If you do move here, keep in mind they don't want to hear your lame jokes about having 7 wives or some other dumb joke you heard from one of your buddies at the Elks Lodge back home before you moved here. Just let it go. They've heard them all, and they don't like them. Number 9, Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston is where retirees can come to finally relax. The city is full of nature, tons of parks and trails to walk through, like the ones in West Ashley Park and in the Fort Bull neighborhood near North Charleston. You can go relax and even fish in one of the many lakes and rivers the city has to offer. They've got a ton of water flowing through here. One of the best things about Charleston is the climate. It's like being in a tropical island, but still being on the mainland United States. You gotta love that. And if you're a history buff, they got plenty of that for you too. Now, it is a little bit on the pricier side for retirees, and I know, so stop typing. They just have so much to do, and great weather and crime that's on the lower end. Charleston is definitely a good choice. Number 8, Reno, Nevada. Reno is the perfect place for retirees who love city life. Nevada is one of 7 states that don't have a state income tax. That means while you're living in Reno, any retirement funds you may have coming in, they won't be taxed. So you're free to spend all that well-earned money at any one of the several casinos and resorts the city has to offer. That actually may not be a good thing. I love Reno. It's like a slowed-down version of Vegas. While in Reno, remember you're retired. You don't need to be at the casino or clubs every single night. That money stretch out a little bit. Pace yourself. They do have a lot of retirees in Reno already, so keep that in mind. You'll have a lot of friends. The town kind of caters to the retired people. I was at a bar one time, I watched an older lady order a prune daiquiri, and that was kind of weird. And I also saw another one try and get her senior discount on a hand of blackjack, and that was really uncomfortable watching the dealer tell her that wasn't a thing. But Reno has plenty to do. It does have a little more crime than most would like to see, but it isn't the worst. Number 7, Frankfort, Kentucky. Frankfort is the capital of Kentucky with about 25,000 residents, making this the 4th smallest capital in the US. Retirees will love the beauty and the farmland and the scenery, as well as the entertainment the city provides. Yada, yada, yada. Frankfort is a great idea financially. The overall cost of living here is 18% lower than the national average. Here's the thing. It's a great place to live if you're retired, if you can get past the fact that you've had to move to Kentucky and are willing to tell your friends that's where you now reside. Once you get past all that, yeah, it's a great place to live for retirees. The cost of living is low, tons of things to do, weather and schools are the only real knocks, but you're retired. You shouldn't be worried about school grades, right? Number 6, Savannah, Georgia. Savannah has some great neighborhoods for their retirees. These residents can experience the city life as well as the quiet space out in the suburbs. Savannah offers great hospitals within the city limits. However, the best rated hospital in the city is located in Wilshire Estates, St. Joseph's Hospital, and just a few blocks away from this hospital is the Veterans Hospital. They treat their veterans good here in Savannah. That's a fact. Savannah is very tax-friendly since Social Security does not currently get taxed in the state. Savannah is one of my favorite cities, hands down. Great food, great people. It gets a little warm in the summers and the humidity gets up there. Matter of fact, the humidity gets horrible. Now, if that's one of the things that doesn't bother you, Savannah's a great choice. Paula Deen, the Food Network lady, had all the shows, wrote books and stuff like that. She moved here in 1989 and has a restaurant here called Lady and Sons. It's good food. Eaten there before. Now, she used to be the pride of Savannah. You'd say Paula Deen and someone would say, oh, she's from Savannah. Then she got caught up in some bad press about racial slurs and a couple other things, and all of a sudden people remembered she was from Albany, Georgia. Funny how that works. Number 5, Milford, Delaware. Now here's a surprise. Delaware made a list about something positive. The truth is, once you get a good distance away from Wilmington, it's a really nice state. Milford is a small town of only about 11,000 residents, about 25 miles north of Rehoboth Beach. So it's within a day's trip from sunny beaches during the summer. You're also not too far away from Slaughter Beach. That's a real beach there. It's called Slaughter Beach. It just sounds like the title from some 1980s slaughter teen movie. It always cracks me up when I see that one. Anyway, the city is a retiree-friendly place, with about 20% of the population being over 65. This normally means you're going to have to wait in line at restaurants that have early bird specials. It's just a fact of life. Retirees can expect to live comfortably with low housing costs. The median home price here is about $175,000, which is not bad. That's 25% lower than the state average. Also, the entire state is sales tax free, making it less confusing at the checkout. Number 4, Lakeland, Florida. Lakeland is known for having a bunch of lakes within the city. I don't know if the name Lakeland tipped you off or not, but they have some water here. There's about 38 lakes within the city limits. Lakeland can be found in between Tampa and Orlando with about 600,000 residents. The city has all kinds of neighborhoods where you can look and just find which one fits you. In the southern central area of the city, there are the neighborhoods of Lake Hollingsworth, Edgewood, and Raintree. These are great neighborhoods for retirees. There's a huge country club that runs next to these neighborhoods, as well as other things to do here. There's a lot of stuff to do in Lakeland, Florida. The houses in Lakeland are decent and at a good price. Look at this screenshot. The weather is great, the cost of living is good, and there's tons of stuff to do. And you're in Florida. How could a retiree go wrong here? Number 3, San Antonio, Texas. Now, I've talked about San Antonio many times on this channel, and for good reason. It is a great city. This South Texas city of 1.5 million people is known as Military City, USA. It's about 2.5 million when you count the whole metro area. San Antonio is known for taking care of its veterans. The median home price here is about $176,000. That's 29% lower than the national average. The cost of living here is 3% lower than the national average. Now, it's got some good positives. It's good ratio to doctors per capita, good air quality, warm climate. They've got jobs. In case you want to pick up something, even if you're in retirement. They've got a lot of part-time jobs that are decent. They also have the Alamo, a SeaWorld, and a Six Flags, so you can coax those grandkids to come visit you out in the middle of the Texas desert. San Antonio is a great city to live in. Like I've always said, the heat, not my thing, but if you don't mind the heat, San Antonio is a great place to live. As I always say, wear sunblock. Sunscreen, lotion, whatever you need. Take care of your skin. Number 2, Sarasota, Florida. Sarasota is a very popular retirement destination. Within the city of just over 50,000 residents, about 26% of them are over the age of 65, and about 45% of those are over the age of 72 and still driving. Normally they drive very large cars, kind of cars that could take out half a mini mall, because Edna got the gas and the brakes confused again. If you move here, make sure you have good auto insurance. Retirees can look forward to warm weather since the temperatures during the day in the winter don't typically dip below 60. This means residents can enjoy warm beach weather in January with a whole gaggle of your over 65 buddies. And before we get to number 1, don't forget there's a poll towards the end of the video where you can make a choice and help out with future videos with your answers. And number 1, Mesquite, Nevada. Mesquite is located in southern Nevada, right up against the Arizona border and not too far from St. George, Utah. Mesquite is a small town of just around 20,000 residents, that's as of 2018, with nearly 36% of that population being over the age of 65. Not only is the city in close proximity to the Grand Canyon, but within the city there's plenty of things to do. There's many casinos, resorts, golf courses, parks. The Virgin River runs right through the city for easy access to like fishing and, you know, just wandering around that river. I've hiked around that river. It was pretty fun. I have to admit, it was really beautiful. I'm not a desert guy. I could do without the desert beauty. I understand it is beautiful. I just don't see it. But that was really nice, I have to admit. Now, the best thing about this place is they have a ton of condos for under $150,000. And they're new. They're nice condos. So even if it's not your year-round home, you could spend your winters wandering around in casinos or the desert. Your choice. All you need is a mortgage. Alright, so that's my top 10 best places to retire in the United States. Now, there are a lot of other ones that could probably fit in here, but these are some of the ones a lot of people wouldn't consider, you know? They're really good places that are off the retired beaten path, you know what I mean? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and don't forget to ring that little bell down there that, you know, tells you when I've uploaded. That helps out too. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.